Okay, so I just upgraded my Wi-Fi Pineapple from 1.0.0 or something like that to 2.0.0. And they had this upgrade to the version 2.0.0, and yeah, really bad idea. Really bad idea. I wish that I didn't upgrade, because one of the things is obviously is the evil portal, right? Which this thing has mad bugs. See, error. I don't know why it's saying this. I literally just upgraded it. There's literally no reason for this to be happening, and it is. And I can hardly use this thing. I have to keep refreshing it, and there's always errors. And then when I go here to the Pine AP, or sorry, to the Open AP, which is like, if you were to use the evil portal, you could have it as like a Google login, a Facebook login, a Twitter and Instagram login, and then it'll, you can basically call it anything you want. You could be like McDonald's, but when you upgrade and when you set it up, it forces you to set the name of this signal, the Pine AP, and you should have, and you can't change it. So I set it to that. Now I want to, make it say McDonald's, and then change the evil portal to a McDonald's login page. So I'll hit save, and it'll just kick me off of the Wi-Fi Pineapple, make me log back in, and then when I refresh it, it doesn't save the name. It stays to the original name that I set it as, which limits me, and now it makes all the other evil portals completely useless, because if I can't if I can only have one name and I can't change that name, how am I supposed to make all these different captive portals that say different names, like McDonald's, Starbucks, and then use the Starbucks login portal? You can't do that. So it just stays at originally what I put it as. So the whole thing becomes useless. You can't even use this. It's completely useless, because that's what I use it for. Is for the evil portal. You got to be kidding me. So just because I upgraded, I literally destroyed my Wi-Fi Pineapple. I can't use it. I can't change the SSID. It just doesn't let me. There's no way to fix that. I've tried everything. I've tried all options. I've tried messing around with everything. You can't change this either. When I change this, it kicks me off the Wi-Fi Pineapple, and I log back in, I refresh, and it stays Pine AP _ WPA. I should be able to change that, just like I was able to the whole time, until I just upgraded to 2.0.0. And it says the beta version, but when I first upgraded, I had the stable version. I had the stable version right here, which is recommended, and it's still on the recommended one, on the stable version. It didn't work either. I wasn't able to change anything, and the same errors were happening whenever I go to Evil Portal. And just to remind you, I literally just upgraded this. I didn't change anything. You know what I mean? Like, I reset it, I rebooted it, went from stable to the unstable version. Didn't make any difference. So yeah, this thing is completely useless, because if you want to obviously set this up in any kind of an environment, you're obviously going to need to be able to change the OpenAP to any name that you're trying to mimic. You might be at a hotel and you need to do a pen test there, and you need to create the Wi-Fi signal to show itself as hotel, whatever hotel. Should be able to save that, and it should save, and it should work. Instead, it kicks you off, right? See where it says Shaw Go? It just stays like that. Now let me log back on. See, Shaw Go. It's still displaying itself as that, and it won't change, which makes this thing completely useless. Why would they even do that at HAK5? You guys are really struggling over there when it, you guys are gonna lose all your business. Nobody's gonna buy any of these things off you guys anymore. And there was an open port on this now that I upgraded, 9999 or something like that, and it's a remote port that I don't have access to. So does that mean you guys have access to it at HAK5? So you have backdoors on all of your Wi-Fi pineapples? You can't be serious. I can't believe it. And I can't change the name of this thing. And I just can't believe that. When I was just able to on the version before this. This completely limits and makes this thing completely useless. So I paid like 100 and in Canadian, so it costs way more. So I paid like $200 for this. Now there's a new one out that's 200 USD, which would be I don't even know, 240, 250 or something like that Canadian. I don't want to buy it. Why would I want to do that after this? This thing already had a lot of problems, you know what I mean? And now I can't change the name of the Wi-Fi, the OpenAP. I can't believe it. It's useless. Completely useless. So you guys at HAK5 are really, really gonna have to fix this, because it's useless. You're gonna have to hurry up too, quick. Because I feel like people are losing interest in your products now. This is the type of buzzkill thing that keeps happening, I was so hyped about all this stuff, and it's a drain of energy at this point. It's no good anymore. So I can't do anything with this. It just stays as Shaw Go, and I need to change it to all kinds of different things, because on the evil portal that doesn't really even work anymore. It just says error all the time. See, error. This is crazy, man. This thing is useless. And as soon as it, a brand new firmware, brand new upgrade, brand new device, and it's stuck at 31% CPU power. So the thing's running slow all the time. It went all the way up to 90%. It wasn't even functionable. It won't even let me connect. Right. Great. So just so you can see, the Wi-Fi pineapple is connected to my laptop, and I'm going through the process, and I've assigned the static IP to the pineapple, which is on ETH1. And when I get there and I type in the IP that I was supposed to type in, right? So I can flash the firmware to recover my pineapple. This is what it says, unable to connect. So apparently this is supposed to be at port 80. Still doesn't work. So I can't flash this and I can't get it back, and I wasted $200 on this device. And I had it for months and didn't even get to use it. And finally when I got to use it, it said, oh, update to 2.0.0. So I do that, and all of a sudden I try to go back, which I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to show every single step from the beginning all the way to the end of how this happened in order. It wasn't of an error or fault of my own. This thing is not doing what it's supposed to do, and the flash recovery process is not working the way it's supposed to, and I have followed all instructions correctly. So anyways, when you go to connect to it via Wi-Fi, it'll just tell you that you need to flash the firmware. It's been misconfigured. After I updated to 2.0.0 whatever, that was my biggest mistake. If I didn't update, none of this would be happening in the first place. So I really suggest not to update, and probably not even buy this device at this point, because if you can buy something worth $200 and then update it because they suggested to, and it's popping up all over, update, okay, fine, I'll update, right? And then this is what happens to me, $200 down the drain. So you know what I did? I bought this, right? So I buy this, the MK7 AC, because I'm devastated that this broke and I wasted $200 and I can't flash it, thanks to HAK5. So I buy this, right? Because of the way that they promoted it. They promoted it as, there's a video literally showing it plugged into your laptop, and it says that it will work out of the box, basically, with Kali Linux, in your laptop, and you basically don't even need the pineapple. You can use this, has monitor mode, injection mode. It's made to connect to the pineapple and be used with the pineapple, but they promoted it and said that it doesn't need to be used with it. It's independent. It can be plugged into the laptop and used with air crack and everything else, right? So I'm thinking, okay, good, I'll just get that and play with that for now, and then maybe down the road later, because the HAK5 is the only company that sells pineapple, so I have to buy it off them, and they know that. Maybe that's why they glitched my pineapple through the update to force it to break and make it in a way that you can't flash it, so that way, guess what? You have to buy a new pineapple, right? And if you don't, then you'll just have to buy one of these. And when you buy one of these, you're going to find out that it doesn't work without the fucking pineapple. So this is a fucking joke, right? You know what I mean? They're doing this shit on purpose to fucking increase their sales. That fucking pisses me off, because I just wasted fucking hundreds and hundreds of dollars for no reason, and it's designed in a way to fucking make it so I fail. There's no way, there's no flaw of my own that I could do that would ruin this process to make it so I can't use my pineapple ever again. I'm sure there is something that you could do to do that, but I didn't do that. And I'm going to show the proof of that in the process that I went through, step by step, based off the video that I watched when I tried to connect to this thing via Wi-Fi after I did the update. So now I got two useless things here that I can't use. You can't use this unless you connect it to the Wi-Fi pineapple. How stupid is that? What the fuck? Like, if you're going to do this, and you're going to get one of these that's monitor mode and injection mode, and you guys are going to make that and say that and promote it as if it's going to work on your laptop through Kali Linux with all the tools that you would like to use it with, like, let me think, like the alpha, right? you're posing as if this thing is like the alpha. So that why would obviously I would assume that, and then I would buy it based off of that. So they tricked me, which forces you to have to buy a pineapple. So when you buy this, if you think you can just get this, which it kind of was promoted, it doesn't say in big letters, hey, by the way, this is made for pineapple. We did say that you can use it, with your Kali Linux independently away from the pineapple. Has nothing to do with the pineapple. But just so you know, you can't use this unless you set it up through the pineapple to begin with. So that means you have to buy both products regardless. Haha, suckers, right? That's what they're saying, And then they're gonna go ahead and send you a crooked update to break your firmware, so you can't even flash it, right? And the process doesn't even work. And then you buy this, find out you can't use this without that. So then you buy another one of those. They just made $1,000 off of you through a loop from glitching your pineapple. Like, bro, I'm sure they got backdoors on both of these things where they can just SSH right into them, right? But anyways, I'm pissed, bro. I'm pissed. Somebody better fucking pay me back, bro. Real talk. Somebody better hook me up, man, because I'm not the type of guy that you just do shit like this to, man. You know what I mean? Just because, this is what I'm into. It's what I like learning, HAK5's the only fucking company that has these type of tools. Well, I mean, there's other companies, but, yeah, pretty much. You're forced to fucking buy these off of HAK5 if you're into pen testing. Anyways, peace. I'll show you the process. See if I can do this. Get this all on video, because I wanted to show that I'm not making a mistake, so the process is to reflash the firmware is you have to hold the button down, right? I guess you're not going to be able to see this, whatever, I tried my best. Hold the button down, plug it in, you're going to see it red, flashing red. By the third flash, you let go. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, there you go. Now I'm going to go into the laptop and show you the process that I watched, through the video of what I'm supposed to do to flash the firmware. By the way, I'm unable to show the first half of what happened because it happened spontaneously. It was obviously not planned. All I did was update to 2.0.0 from like 1.0.0 or 1.0.1 or something like that. And then I'm thinking, oh great, right? Everything's good. I didn't unplug it. I didn't do anything to it, you know what I mean? And then restarted it, went to connect via Wi-Fi again, and I'll show you on video what it told me to follow these steps. So these are the steps that I'm about to follow and show you as I do it what happens. Okay, so we plugged the Wi-Fi pineapple in, right? Holding the button, waited for 3 red flashes and let go, and then it went solid red. So everything is in order. The device automatically isn't showing up when you do HAK5, and when you go to USB, you'll click on the Wi-Fi pineapple, and it should show up in HAK5, and then you're supposed to attach a static IP to the device, the Wi-Fi pineapple. So HAK5. So I'll show you. There's already an issue. So it's not showing up. So I couldn't even follow the steps if I wanted to. But what I did was, what I continuously have to do is, I have to go to devices, USB, and basically hit this again to unattach it, and then basically reattach it. And I have to do that a bunch of times, and if I get lucky, sometimes it pops up. I don't know what's going on and why this is happening, but here's another bug and an issue with the Wi-Fi pineapple, stopping you from being able to flash your firmware, so you don't lose a $200 device that you paid for it. Plus, I'm in Canada, so I have to pay that much more because it costs more money to buy things in USD in Canada. You know what I mean? Like the difference in between USD and Canadian, like it's actually pretty substantial. Like something that cost $100 USD is going to cost me like $160 Canadian. Like, it's stupid, you know. But anyways, now I can't even think. I have Fig still not showing up, but as you can see, it's showing up as it's plugged in as a USB device. The state of the pineapple is it's solid red. I will go through the process again. I'm going to unplug it, and I'm going to put my finger, press the button down, and then I'm going to put USB plug it into my laptop. When it hits the third red flash, I'm going to let go. Same process. And I have been able to have it show because first of all, if it doesn't show here, you can't do anything of what you need to do. Okay, so that's a problem, right? That's people getting ripped off hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars because of the fault of HAK5. You know, I get it. You're trying to launch, this product and it's technical and blah 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 and whatever else, right? But this can't happen when you're spending hundreds of dollars. So I'm going to unplug it. I'm going to press the button down. I'm going to replug it back in. 1, 2, 3. Let go. Flashes a couple times red, then turns solid red. HAK5 not showing. USB. Let's hit it. Make sure that's on. Yep. Now it's supposed to be showing when you type in HAK5, or else you can't attach a static IP to a device that's not being read. Now it chooses when and where it wants to show itself. Like I've done this like 10 times and finally it showed up. Why? I have no idea. Nothing changed. What I'm doing, I don't understand why this is happening. It shouldn't be happening. And it's weird that it just shows whenever it just decides to show. So I'm going to stop this video and then start it again if it ever comes back so I can continue with the process. Okay, so for whatever reason now, the device is showing when you type in HAK5 as under ETH1. It doesn't have the static IP attached to it yet, so we're going to go through the process now. Everything is in order. So just following the exact instructions of Jamie from HAK5 from the video, from the link that I went to when I tried to connect to my Wi-Fi Pineapple after I upgraded. It told me that something went wrong with the firmware. It was misconfigured in some way. Don't know how that's possible. Anyways, paste. So sudo IP link set ETH1 down. Back up. Oh, okay, what am I doing wrong? Oh, link. Just missing that. Okay, now HAK5. Okay, it worked. So ETH1, it now has this static IP address attached to it. Now we're supposed to be able to go to the browser. My computer is acting up a little bit, so just So too many things going on. So then we're supposed to be able to access it through this IP. So we can flash the firmware. And this is what happens. So I can't flash it because it won't let me. This should have worked. Everything was done correctly. It's supposed to be at port 80 on this IP. It's not. So I can't flash it. I have, the weird thing is I've been able to type this in before and have it work. And then I went to upload the right here, the MK7 recovery bin, whatever, that file, which is what you're supposed to upload. And when I upload it, it immediately goes to this page right here, unable to connect. So this is a problem because people are paying hundreds of dollars for your devices and trusting, to update when you get a notification update, it breaks the firmware. There's a process to reflash the firmware and fix it so you don't lose $200 down the drain, right? And then this is what happens. Now, I know that I'm going through the process correctly. As you can clearly see, there's no way to access that portal now for some reason that I originally accessed where I could upload the file. So, like, it doesn't matter where you go, what you do here. So, waste of money, and then I buy, the MK7 AC, thinking that okay, forget the pineapple for right now. I'll get this because it has monitor mode and injection mode, and it works in Kali Linux out of the box on your laptop, and they show a video of the guy having it connected to his laptop, so I automatically assume that I can just plug it in and start using it as I do with my Alpha. Just to find out that you have to set the thing up through the pineapple. You guys are not as clever as you really think you are. That's manipulation. That's wrong. You know better than to do that. I get what you're trying to do. I know why you're doing it because it increases sales. It forces people to have to buy both products and not one or the other. I get it. It's an attachment. But if you're going to claim that the MK7 AC is an attachment to the pineapple, but it doesn't need the pineapple. It can be used independently through Kali Linux, through all the tools you love, AirCrack, whatever, AirGeddon, whatever. Just as you guys promoted, right? And then I buy it to find out that I can't use it because it needs the pineapple to install. Why would you do that? You don't need to do that. You never needed to do that. You guys know that you didn't need to do that. That was unnecessary, and I can see why you did it, but it's wrong. It's wrong. And to break people's pineapples by sending them a faulty update or having the device configured in some way that it's going to break when I try to update it or when I try to reflash it, and it's not going to let me, that's fraud. You're stealing people's money. So if I don't get an answer from HAK5 back, I'm not gonna stop. You know what I mean? Because people don't just take money from me. I didn't even get to use the pineapple, bro. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even get to use it. This is not my fault. This is not my fucking problem. You know what I mean? But I don't just throw money at the wall. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna take money from me, and then your device breaks, and then you're gonna try to blame it on me or something, and then not give me my money back. I will get my money back, buds. You know what I'm saying? One way or another. So the best thing for you guys to do is to literally just, the problem is I've had the pineapple for longer than what the 90 days, but I never used it. It was just sitting there. You know what I mean? And then when I try to use it, it says, "Oh, here's an update." I'm like, "Okay, cool." I update it, it resets. I go to log back in through the Wi-Fi, and it tells me that the firmware broke and it's been misconfigured, and I need to go through this process. Now I go through the process, and it doesn't work. I even did get to the part where you can upload the file. I uploaded the file. It went loading and then crashed and went to unable to connect. And then I did that 100 times. I've done this a million times. Like, I've tried everything. I've done everything. I've went through every forum, thread, YouTube video. This is not a fault of my own, and I have to pay out of the pocket for this. And then I buy another one of your products, and you manipulate it. You make it so I can't use it unless I have the pineapple AP. So now I have to buy another one, or else what I just bought becomes obsolete, useless. That's fraud, and you're not gonna play me like that. So you guys better stop fucking playing games over there at HAK5. Get your shit together. If you're gonna do something, do it and do it right. Don't fuck around. Don't make it so one. You know what I mean? You can't work one without the other. Don't fucking play those games. You know how to program. You know what I mean? You don't have to do that. It restricts freedom of your products, and you're breaking products intentionally so people have to keep fucking buying them, and you're ripping off some of the wrong people sometimes. You might not you might not know who the fuck you're ripping off. You know what I mean? So you guys are gonna have fucking problems. You know what I mean? If I don't get my money back. Bottom line. Okay, so I was finally able to get to this screen. Finally, uh, I had to use Chrome, so I go to recovery, right? Also, it says upgrade 1.0.0, but the file bin file that he says that we're supposed to upload is this. So that's a little confusing, but I'm just going to follow the video instructions. No file selected. Okay. And I'm going to show you what happens when I do this. Can't be reached. So it won't let me flash it. Period. If I try to go back to this, unreachable.